This is Ira, and welcome to Ocean Liners on Print, where we dive into ocean liner history through my collection of ocean liner memorabilia. Yes, I've gone bananas for the United Fruit Company. The United Fruit Company traded in the banana industry. The United Fruit Company had a near monopoly on the banana trade in Colombia, Central America, and the West Indies. United Fruit Company owned banana plantations, employed many laborers, and had tremendous political influence in Colombia, Honduras, Guatemala, Panama, Jamaica, and Cuba. As we are ocean liners in print, let's focus on the passenger component of these banana boats. So, before we go into ocean liners on print mode, please hit the like button.
This sailing schedule from 1924 provides tremendous insights into the United Fruit Company's passenger operations. Their ships sailed from New York, Pier 9, North River, to Cuba, Panama Canal Zone, Costa Rica, which was a 22-day voyage. The travel time sailing from New York to Havana was about 4 days, a little bit slower than most ships of the time. Also sailing from Pier 9, one could catch a voyage to Jamaica, Panama Canal Zone, and Colombia for a 22-day voyage. Sailing from New York, but instead Pier 16 would take you to Cuba, Jamaica, British Honduras, Guatemala, and Honduras, a 25-day voyage. Now, you could also sail from New Orleans. One would sail to British Honduras and Guatemala. From Boston, one would sail to Cuba, Costa Rica, Panama Canal Zone, which would be a 22-day voyage. From Baltimore, Maryland, and Mobile, Alabama, voyages were freight only. So, it's 1938 to 1939. We have a baggage tag that says New Orleans on it. Guess what that means? We're going to get our luggage ready and sail from New Orleans on a 16-day cruise to Havana, Port Limon, Costa Rica, and Cristobal, Panama Canal Zone. Or we could go for the 15-day trip to Honduras and Guatemala. So on the cover of this brochure, the Great White Fleet was the tagline for the United Fruit Company. It even said the Great White Fleet at the end of its piers in New York City. So the title on this brochure was Winter Cruises from New Orleans, 1938 to 1939, to the Caribbean and West Indies. The theme, cruise close-ups. Look at the movie camera the lady is holding. It looks like the size of an Xbox console. And here we have some nice interior images of a United Fruit Company ship. Quote, "We invite cruise close-ups. Our liners are spotless. Every passenger may be accommodated in the spacious, airy dining salons at a single sitting." Close quote. Unlike most ships where there are two sittings, an early and a late one, no one has to eat earlier or later than they wish. The theme of close-ups continues. Here are illustrations of Havana, Cuba, Panama, Costa Rica, Guatemala, and Honduras. So the title on the top of the page reads, Caribbean Close-Ups, a Single Sitting. Close quote. The photographic equipment used by some of these people here seems futuristic. Quote, "The cuisine is varied and like the other features of these cruises, strictly first class. There's health and good fellowship on promenade decks, dancing to real orchestras, of course, and sound movies too. Other ship features designed for your comfort are libraries, lounges, and cafes, staterooms that face the sea, and real beds. These ships are especially constructed for tropical cruising and manned by staffs who know how to show you the close-ups of the Caribbean ports. Close quote. Here we have the reminder that the entire cruise experience is first class. Having real orchestras on board for ships of such small capacity is a great feature. All staterooms are outside, meaning they have portholes to let in natural light and scenery. Having real beds. In the 1930s, most ships had berths, which were beds that were the width of one's shoulders. To have real beds was a bragging right, as they were wider and offered more comfort. On the inner fold of this brochure, you could choose from either a 16-day cruise to Havana, the Canal Zone, and Costa Rica for $175. You could also choose an 8-day cruise to Guatemala and Honduras for $100 and a 15-day all-expense Guatemala tour for $195, including tours. The ships are the Ulua, the Sixaola, Toloa, and Santa Marta. The 8-day Guatemala tour includes a $5 per person tour, including rail transportation and lunch. The 16-day cruise offers a package of 2 tours combined at $17 a person and $14.50 per child. This includes rail, boat, automobile transportation, and lunch. Yes, the dollar went much further, but if you converted these tour costs to $25, it would still come out reasonable compared to today's tours purchased on board. Let's look at the deck plan of the Sixaola and the Santa Marta. First, the Promenade A deck, the barber shop, 2 suites with private bath facilities, and the social room. Now the cabin B deck, smoking room, staterooms without facilities, and staterooms that share facilities. Men's and ladies' public facilities, including showers and tubs for cabins without facilities. Entrance hall with purser's office. Then we go to the Salon C deck. Staterooms without facilities, public facilities, baths and showers, and finally, the dining saloon. On the bottom of the page, it mentions that all rooms are outside, meaning they have portholes, and that there is only one class, being first class. This ensures all passengers have full access to all passenger spaces on board. On the back of the brochure is an illustration of the Ulua. Let's see some first-class fare of the dining room. This breakfast is on board the Santa Marta, April 22nd, 1942. Hot clam broth. Fresh young berries. Does anyone know what a young berry is? Please put it in the comments section. Fried panfish. Boiled salt herring. Creamed minced chicken. Yum. Grilled lamb chop on toast. The next menu is from lunch on the Santa Marta, dated April 26th of 1942. And some of the selections include canapes rossini, fricassee of chicken, boiled frankfurters with sauerkraut, braised beef Florence, ox tongue, roast ribs of beef, pickled tripe, lettuce salad, bologna sausage, roast mutton, mincemeat pie. What a variety of food. The next menu is a welcome aboard dinner for the Sixaola March 23rd, 1941. That included baked sugar-cured ham and roast stuffed young chicken. Here is a passenger list from the Six Aola on a cruise from New Orleans to Havana, Cristobal, Panama, and Tela, Honduras from March 22nd, 1941. Some advertisements for the United Fruit Company. The tagline on the top is "The Great White Fleet," which is pronounced. You could barely find United Fruit Company at the bottom of the ad. Quote, "Ships and men of Great White Fleet know their tropics." Quote, "What about women?" Quote, "Pioneers and pacemakers to the West Indies and Caribbean." Close quote. Quote, "6 spotless new liners, deck sports, dancing, permanent outdoor pools." Close quote. In the 1930s, many ships lacked outdoor swimming pools. Some ships would rig up temporary pools. So considering these are small ships, having permanent swimming pools is a bragging right. Quote, "Great White Fleet, the Golden Key." Close quote. A cruise going to Cuba, Jamaica, Panama, Colombia, Guatemala, and Honduras. Yet it says, quote, "No passports required." Close quote. That's very interesting because here you're going to a number of countries that are not United States territories. And for just about everything today, you do need a passport. Quote, "New guest cruises to the West Indies and Caribbean on a vessel built for the tropics with all outside rooms and the newest type, mechanical ventilation for tropical comfort." Close quote. What is mechanical ventilation? If it were air conditioning, they would have said so.
I hope you enjoyed this presentation about the United Fruit Company. What was your favorite part? Close-ups? Permanent swimming pools? Single-sitting dining? Mechanical ventilation? Roast mutton? Young berries? Ships being first class only? Cruises that included the cost of tours? Please put your favorite part of the comments in the section below. To receive alerts for exciting new ocean liner content, hit the subscribe button. Thank you from Ocean Liners on Print.